All right, so let's go ahead and do a couple of things in math. We're going to practice some coins today. All right, so before we get to that, I have some number patterns up here I would like to complete. The glare, I'm trying to fix that glare. Okay, so I have 10, then 12. So that means I'm going to be counting by twos here. So I have 10, then 12. Does anyone know what number will come next after 12? 10, 12. 14. 14. Okay, 10, 12, 14. Faith?
16.
16, 10, 12, 14, 16. Dennis? Oh, you're still on mute? That's why I can't hear.
18.
18, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Okay, Avaya?
Okay.
After 8,
20,
you go into the
20,
next
20,
10,
20.
18, 20. And what will we after 20? The pattern starts all over again. You skip one. Look, you have your 10. Then it goes to the what? The 2. So 22. Good. So it's counting by twos, and these are all even numbers as well, because I can split them in half equally. Remember, we learned even numbers on Monday. Any number that we can split in half and it's equal amount on both sides, it's called an even number. Okay, so I have 190. I'm counting backwards by tens. 190. Anybody knows what will come next? Counting by tens. 80. 190. 80. What will be next after 80? We're going back.
70.
Naraya. 70. We're raising our hand. 100. 90. 80. 70. Dennis.
60.
Good. 60. What will be after 60? Okay, Faith.
50.
50. So 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50. What will be the last one that will come at the end? Okay, go ahead and write.
40.
40. Okay, so that's counting backwards by 10. So it's kind of similar to counting backwards, like 10, 9, 8, 7, right? 190, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40. Okay, so yesterday we learned about what's called a line of symmetry. So I have this square here. Could anyone tell me how I would draw a line of symmetry inside of this square? What do I need to do to show a line of symmetry? All right, go ahead, Faith. What do I do?
A straight line in the middle.
Good. So a line of symmetry is simply a straight line down the middle. All I do is just put a line down here. That's called a line of symmetry. I'm splitting it in half, 2 pieces. Okay. All right, so today we are going to learn how to count using dimes and pennies together. Okay, so what's really going to be important whenever we combine the coins, because we know how to count dimes, we know that they're tens, we know how to count pennies, we know that they're ones. But what's important when counting the dimes and pennies together is to know when to switch your counting, because now it'll be mixed coins. So we can't just count all of them the same number because they're not all worth the same number. So you really have to pay close attention, especially because your book doesn't have it in color. But you can tell, I told you the different things to look for on a coin. Remember, Abraham Lincoln is facing the opposite way. We could say the left, he's facing the left, you know. From a dime, dimes are smaller than pennies as well. If a coin is to the back, it will tell you 1 cent or 1 dime. So these are just things you have to pay close attention to so that you're able to count them correctly. If you don't pay attention to the details and you just start counting, you'll get it wrong. Okay, so I'll show you here on the board how we can count them, how we combine them, and ways what you could do in your book so that you're, getting them correct. So remember, we learned dimes. A dime is worth how much?
10 cents.
10 cents. So that means we count by tens, and then we have pennies that are worth
1 cent.
and we count by one. So let's look at my first amount here. I have 4 dimes, as you can see, and 3 pennies. So I'm gonna put a line to separate the two so that I know where the dimes end and where the pennies begin. So I have 4 dimes and 3 pennies. So the first thing I have to do is start. It's always easier if you start with your bigger number. Don't start with the pennies, and then try to jump into the dimes. It's always easier to start with the coins that are first, which would usually be your dimes, the bigger coins. So I just start counting the dimes normally. So I would say 10,
20,
30,
30, 40.
Now, after 40, I can't say 50 because this is not a dime. This is a penny. So if I would say 50, this would be wrong. So therefore, my answer would end up being wrong. This turns into pennies. So this goes into ones from here. So all I have to do is just pay attention to where I stopped with my tens. Then I start counting by ones right after that. So I stopped at 40. So what would I say right here?
1.
41, right? I can't say 50. I would say 41, then
42.
So how much money?
43.
So that's how we combine them. What's key is knowing how to switch your counting. So wherever you stop with your tens, you just start counting by ones right behind there. Okay? So next I have 8 dimes in this one and 5 pennies. Okay? So we'll count this one. Let's start with our dimes. So 10, 20,
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
Okay, now I can't say 90 because it stops here. If I say 90, that's incorrect. So I went to 80. So now I start counting by what?
81.
Well, ones. I start counting by ones. So I stopped at 80. Now I start counting by ones. What will I say?
81, 82, 83, 84, 85.
Which money?
85 cents.
Good. Okay, let's keep moving. So now I have 2 dimes here and I have 8 pennies. 2 dimes, 8 pennies. So same exact thing. Hold on, it's kind of bright. Let's set the layer. All right, so let's start with our dimes. So I say 10, 20, stop, because now I'm going into pennies. So from 20, I say 21,
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
How much money?
28.
Good. So how is this? Is it easy to just count or is it a little difficult?
It's easy.
You got it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this one should be easy. I have a 10 and a 1. So 1 dime, 1 penny. So what would I say here? 10. Can't say 20.
11.
So I go into 1. So from 10, I say
11.
How much money?
11 cents.
All right. Okay. So I put some up here that I want you to count on your own. Okay.
Don't blur out the ants.
Please don't. Because
They're not going to be able to see.
okay. So don't say the answer out loud, please. I just want you to count it and then I'll ask for the answer. So I have 4 dimes, 4 pennies. Don't say the answer out loud. Thank you.
Good.
Please. Okay, let's see what my, and don't say it, please raise your hand. Thank you. What would my answer be? Joshua, have to unmute yourself first. Could you count it for us and then tell us the answer?
44 cents.
Okay, can you count it?
10, 20, 30, 40,
Good.
41, 42, 43, 44.
Awesome. 44 cents. Did everyone get that same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do the other one. Oh, that's big. Okay, so I have 6 dimes, 2 pennies. Go ahead and count. Okay. You're gonna count this one for us. All right. How much? 10,
20, 35, 50,
40,
60,
50. My pencil. 60. So from 60, I start counting 1. 61. I need you to count it this way. 62. 62 cents. Good. Did everybody get 62 cents?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Awesome. Okay.
Yes,
So that's
ma'am.
where we'll stop. So you'll see this in your book, and we will continue to practice as well so that we can get stronger and stronger, because eventually we'll have to start mixing all of the coins. So we want to make sure we know how to do this first before we move on to the next set of coins. Awesome. So that is our math lesson today. Let's go ahead and move on to handwriting. We're doing letter P, lowercase letter P on today. It might be on oh, that's what y'all didn't do yesterday. Page 30. And the I one. Page 30.
Can you sharpen my pencil?
I don't know because I
need my print. Okay. Midfield.
Faith, you have a question?
Do I have to write it?
If you have a loose leaf paper, you can put it on there. I know that book you don't have. I think I didn't pack that one, but if you have a loose leaf paper, you can practice some. Okay, so today's letter is lowercase p. You need your book.
She broke it somehow. Probably the desk reader.
Right, I already finished, so that you can do the thing with them. Okay, all right, so lowercase letter p is where we are on today. Okay, so I will go ahead and walk us through it. All right, so lowercase letter p starts on the red line. P also hangs off the line. I told you some letters hang off, and this is one of them that hangs off. So the first thing we do is we start on our red line, and we are going to curve up. Now, we don't go all the way up. We stop at the dotted line right here. And in your book, as you practice, you'll see that it tells you where to stop exactly. Okay, so again, we're going to curve up. We're going to come back down the same line, okay? So it's important that you don't split your line. If you split the line, this is what it looks like. The line you go up is the line you come down. See that? I'm coming down the same line. And then you're going to curve up. Come down. You're coming off the line. You're going to loop to the back. Go up. Back of the line to the middle. Curve to make your P, the circle part of your P. And then you kick it out. That's your letter P. Okay? Again, you're going to curve up, come back down the same line, come off the line, loop towards the back, curve back up the same line, close the P, kick it out. One more, curve up, down off the line, loop to the back, back of the line, close it, kick it out, P. Okay, how is that?
Good.
All right, can we do line one and let's see? For those that have already done the book or have done the page or you don't have the book, you can just do 5 of them, okay? Oh, well, you did some? Okay, that's cool. Faith, just you need to go, you need to have the kick out like here. See?
Okay.
This is what yours look like. See the difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
Miss Flugen,
Uh-huh.
how you write a capital P?
We're only on lowercase p today. We don't have to do the capital just yet.
What? Look for the echo. Miss Flugen like this.
Let's see. That second one, yes. That one looks good. Work on a few more.
No. Okay.
probably work on it now while we have time. Good, let's work on it now.
Are these good?
Yeah, good, those look good.
Yeah. But he wants me to do the little piece that I already did.
Okay, Faith, okay. Okay. Dennis and Joshua, you have anything I can look at? Okay, here's the paper and go meet them. Okay. Okay. Cool, cool. All right, nice. Good job. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, awesome, y'all. The piece look really good. So if you did finish the page, great. If not, you can finish this after I Zoom. I'm just trying to get through our letters. Oh, yeah, letters. Okay, awesome. All right, so that's it for handwriting. We're not doing sentences today. But your test is still tomorrow, but we're not gonna practice any today. You'll see some cities and states tomorrow, like we've been doing the last 2 days and last week. All right, let's go ahead and move on to phonics. Yeah. Okay, let's do chart 8 and 9 today. Okay, chart 8. Let's do it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. THR says thir in 3. AR says R in stars. CH says ch. In church. O-R says or in morning. O-U says ow, in out. O-W says ow, in owl. O-W says O, in bowl. E-R says in verse. U-R says in nurse. I-R says in bird. O-I says oi, in coin. O-Y says oi, in boy. O-O, don't write on the screen, please. In book. O-O says ooh, in tooth. W-O-R says word, in word. I-G-H says I, in night. A-L-L says all, in ball. A-L-K says ok, in walk. Okay, let's go over chart 9. That's not it. That's chart 11. It's the green one. Okay, on 3, 1, 2, 3. I-N-G says ing, and pointing. After me. Oh yeah, let's do it after me. So I-N-G says ing, and pointing.
I-N-G says ing, morning.
K-N says and not.
K-N says not.
G-N says and gnats.
D-N says and gnats.
A-N-G says ang, and bang.
A-N-G says ang, and bang.
I-N-G says ing, and king.
I-N-G says ang, and king.
O-N-G says ong, and long.
O-N-G says ong, and long.
U-N-G says ung, and strong.
U-N-G says ong, and strong.
A-N-K says ank, and bank.
A-N-K says ank, and bank.
I-N-K says ink, and wink.
I-N-K says ink, and wink.
O-N-K says onk, and honk.
O-N-K says onk, and honk.
U-N-K says unk, and trunk.
U-N-K says onk, and trunk.
W-A says wah, and wash.
W-A says wah, and wash.
A says and adopt.
A says and adopt.
Y says E, and baby.
Y is E, and baby.
L-E says little and little.
L-E says little and little.
E-D says ed, and wanted.
E-D says ed, and wanted.
E-D says and looked.
E-D says and looked.
E-D says and played.
E-D says and played.
Awesome. All right, let's go over our next 2 sounds off of chart 9, which are K-N and G-N. So K-N and G-N are similar because they both have those silent letters. K-N says you don't hear the K, and G-N says you don't hear the G. They both have those silent letters, okay? So let's look at the first word. So I'll circle K-N, and that's a sharp vowel A. What would the word say?
Cat.
We don't pronounce the K. Remember, it's nat. We do not say the K. It's silent. We can't hear the K. Next, I have G-N. We don't hear the G. It says What would the word say? Sign. Next, I have K-N. Long E, silent E. Knee. Next, G-N.
Next.
Next. Good. So what's important with KN and GN is to remember that they have those silent letters. That's what's important to remember. Because if you pronounce that K and that G, it'll confuse you with the word. So remember, KN and GN both say mm. We don't hear the K, we don't hear the G. All right, let's go ahead and do some blends. I have tree. What's a word I can create from the blend tree? Treats. Yes.
Right.
Next, that. Faith? That.
I was gonna say that.
Next, Caitlin? Cluck. Next, flap. A word I can create from flap, Kinley? Flap. Next, crow. What's a word I can create from crow? Crow. Anybody who did not go? Yeah, okay. Faith?
Great.
Crow. Croak. Yes, like frogs croak. And last one, slide. What's a word I can create from slide? Dennis?
Slide.
Good. Slide. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and practice reading some words and sounds. Okay, so I'll give everybody a chance to do their own word. You'll identify the sounds and read the word. F-L. What's sanitize your hands? S-H. And what's the word? Flash. It's tape.
Oh.
Okay, come on, Taylor. Next one right here. Identify the sounds. CL, that's a long vowel A. Long vowel A. Cross out the I. What's the word? Claim. Kinley.
Stop taking
BL and
OW.
What's the word? Okay, what's the word?
Blow.
I'm gonna take it. Okay, next one, Dennis. What are the sounds?
SP.
And
OI.
OI. What's the word?
Spoil.
Good. Joshua, next one. What are the sounds? Unmute.
OO.
Ooh. And
ST.
and
ER.
good. What's the word?
Roast.
Says ooh. Rooster. Yes, a rooster. Good. Next one, Avaya.
SH.
And
AR.
what's the word?
Sharp.
Good. Faith.
TW.
Circle TW and
IR.
good. What's the word?
Twirl.
Good. Okay. All right. So next. Go ahead. You are That's also a compound word.
Sunburn.
Sunburn. Good. Next one. Caitlin. Right here. What's the word?
Why?
WR says were.
One.
Worship. Good. Okay. Kinley. Mm-hmm.
Plus E. And I know the A.
What's the word?
Crave.
Crave. Awesome. Good. So some of these sounds you'll have on your test on tomorrow, so be prepared for that. All right, let's do language and then reading. We'll review science and social studies and we're done. All right, so remember a pronoun. What is a pronoun?
A pronoun is a word used in the place of a noun.
Yes, pronouns take the place of nouns. So I have some sentences here. You will take out the nouns here and you will replace it with a pronoun. Okay, so this is how the test will be on tomorrow. So it says Joe, Phil, and Tom are brothers. I want to take out this group of people. Joe, Phil, and Tom. What pronoun can I put in place of Joe, Phil, and Tom? Instead of saying all three of their names, the nouns, what pronoun can I say, Dennis? They are brothers. They. Okay. 2, I pet the horse. I don't want to say the horse, the noun, the horse. There's only one pronoun we can use. That was our list 5. I pet is. Remember, it takes the place of things. Next, my sister and I play cards. I don't want to say my sister and I. So remember, I is you. You would be I. So my sister and I play cards. What could I say in place of my sister and I? Faith? We play cards. Good. The red backpack is for Tina. Let's take out her name. Tina, the noun. What pronoun could I say? The red backpack is for her. Last one, Ron gave his dog a bath. So I want to take out Ron and his dog. So what can I say for Ron? Pronoun for Ron. He. And let's take out his dog. Instead of saying he gave his dog, we can say he gave, it's a dog, it's a thing, it's a bath. Good. So this is what we'll have to do on the test on tomorrow. So really and truly, you just have to know your list and when to use what pronouns. If you know how to do that, the test will be super easy for you. Same thing, okay? So that's your language lesson for today. I just wanted to quickly review that. Getting ready for pronouns. Next week is our last week on pronouns. Then we're moving on to types of sentences. All right. Let's go ahead and get out your reading. Awesome.
I know we're gonna do reading today.
Yeah. So remember we read about Jill. Remember she was out at the lake and she fell asleep and had a dream. Well, today we're reading about her dream that she had.
Can I read?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, that's her dream. And it's page 106, 106.
We're almost finished with this book. 106.
I'm on 106. I hope we get to this page. I'm on 106. Oh, 6.
I'm in 6. Finally, with the phone. Fred. I have a Fred. I have a phone. It's Fred. The frog. Fred. The frog. Fred the frog. Instead of saying Fred, you can say the frog. Yeah, compound word. Fred is not a compound word. And the frog. Fred. Hey. It's not a compound word. Red is one word. Do you know what tog means? That means log.
Okay, Fred the frog. All right, you can start us off, Faith, on 106. Go ahead.
Fred is a big frog. He has his home on a thick log. One day, a duck came to see Fred.
Okay, so Fred is a frog, and where does he live? On a what?
Log.
He lives on a log, right? So who comes to Fred one day?
A duck.
All right, let's see what the duck tells him on 107. Okay, Kenley? Yeah, I told I was gonna check it later because I'm trying to finish this.
Don't you feel the frog?
Take it.
Fred said, the duck, you will freeze on that log. You will freeze your toes if you do not get off your log.
Okay, so the duck is warning Fred about something. What is he telling him?
To get off
To
the
get off
To
log.
get off the log, because what will happen to Fred? He'll freeze if he doesn't get off the log. Let's see what Fred says on 108. Anybody? Okay, go ahead, Joshua, 108.
Wish went Fred flop, splash, swish, so late. Swim, Fred said, the duck, Fred swim and swim. And stop, Fred, said the duck. Do you see that tree jump up on the tree?
Okay, so Fred then jumps off of the log, right? And so he's swimming to go where? But where did the duck tell him to jump?
In the clock.
On the tree. He told him to jump. He said, do you see the tree? Jump on the tree. Okay. Well, they can. Okay, 109. Dennis? Oh, they.
You must jump, Fred. Stand on the rock and jump, said the duck. I can't jump, said Fred. I'm stuck to the rock. But you must jump, said the duck. You can't do it. You try. I just stand up and I will try, said Fred. I try to jump, said the duck.
Okay. So Fred is he's going to try to jump on the tree, but what was he stuck on?
The rock.
He was stuck on the rock. So he was like, I'm trying, but I'm stuck on the rock. Okay. So he said he was going to try. Let's see on 110, Mariah.
110.
Jump went Fred up on the tree, and Fred sat and sat and sat. He did not freeze his nose. He did not freeze his nose. He just sat in the sun on the tree.
Okay. So Fred was finally able to jump. And so did he make it on the tree?
Yes.
Yes. Did he freeze? No, he did not freeze. He was able to get out of the water in time so that he did not freeze. That's what Jill was dreaming about. Fred on the tree.
My mother.
Okay. Oh, Fred the frog. All right, let's go to my mother, 111.
I want to be in this page. This is my mother. God gave my mother to me.
Okay. So this is the boy's mother in the story. But we all have a mother. Keep reading. Turn page.
She will fix a good meal for me to eat. I like hot dogs. Best. She will make me to the. She will take me to the park to play. She will fix me cuts and bumps.
Okay, good. So he's talking about all the good things that his mother would do for him. She's going to cook him food, take him to play. She's a good mom, right? Okay, anybody want to keep reading? 112.
He will tuck me in my bed and gave me a big kiss. I like to see her meal.
Look at those vowels. I smile. Good.
I like to have her close to me. I like to sit with her and read. I like to make her glad. I will help her the best I can. Will not be cross and my
Get the vowel E.
mean. I will not. What he said.
Okay, so he continues to say all the things that his mom would do. She would tuck him in bed. He loves his mom. Do you all love your mom?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure your moms do a lot for you, right?
Yes.
Yes, my mom still does a lot for me, even as an adult. So I'm sure she does a lot for you all too. So in 113, it says, my mother is God's gift to me. And she is, both of our parents are God's gift to us, our mom and our dad. They are special to us. So we should love and respect them. Okay, so that's it for our reading today. Okay, so in science this week, we learned about wheels, ramps, and levers. And so remember, wheels help things to go, like a bike or like a scooter, or if you have a toy that has wheels, a toy car, it would not be able to move without wheels. Ramps help you to pull things up or push things down, things that are very heavy. I told you if someone is in a wheelchair, a ramp is great for them to be able to, go up somewhere or go down. And then levers are good to help lift things or push things down as well. So those were the machines this week in science. Very easy, very simple lesson. The test will be easy. Now in social studies, we learned about the different islands. So you can get your social studies book out so we can go over that again.
What is this word?
Declaration. Okay, so on page 35, we'll just go through that.
Page 35.
Okay, so we talked about how America has grown over the years. We started with 13 states, 13 colonies. Then eventually America ended up with 50 states. So not only does America have the 50 states, but they also have what's called American territories. And these are islands. Islands are land that is completely surrounded by water. When a piece of land has water all around it, it is called an island. So there are some islands that we discussed on this week that America owns. These are territories that belong to America. So look on 36. The first island we went to was the U.S. Virgin Islands. They are made up of many islands, but 3 of the islands belong to America. 3 of the islands are America's territories. So in the Virgin Islands, the weather is beautiful. There's sunshine all year long, and it's very warm all year. So a lot of people go to the Virgin Islands for the beaches, but also to scuba dive and to snorkel, to do a lot of water activities. Those are some of the things you can do in the Virgin Islands. So on 37, then we went to Puerto Rico. So we could take a boat ride in Puerto Rico. We could take a boat ride from the Virgin Islands to Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico is a beautiful country. The people there speak both Spanish and English in the Virgin Islands. Okay, and so a lot of their cities look like, the cities here. It's not anything, different. And so remember I told you about that castle that they built, right? Remember the castle? So I'm going to show you the picture of the castle now so that you can see. I'm going to pull it up. Okay, remember it took them a long time to build that castle, but it was built to protect the city. So this is it here. You can see the thick walls, and most castles have like very thick walls, so it's hard to like break down the walls in a castle. So that's that castle they built to keep Puerto Rico safe from like sea attacks. El Morro Castle. This is it right here. Okay. So yeah. Oh.
How long that took them?
250 years, long time. And so in Puerto Rico, the tree frog is their mascot, and popular sports are baseball, basketball, and volleyball. Okay. So then after that, we went on page 38 to Guam. Guam is another American territory, another island. Beautiful island with beautiful fish and coral reefs that scuba divers love to see. Guam is warm all year long. But I told you Guam has some bad weather though. They get typhoons, which are like hurricanes. They get those. And they have a rainy season from July until November. So it's not the rainy season anymore, but because we're in November now, but they have a rainy season. And all that means is that they just get a lot of rain during that time. That's what it means. Like most days it's raining. And so, but besides those few months, the weather is very beautiful year round. So not only do they have typhoons, sometimes they get earthquakes as well in Guam. So it's a beautiful place when it's the ground that's shaking and moving. Sometimes they do that. Okay, so we can see a lot of beautiful things in Guam. So then on page 39, we went to American Samoa. Here we can see this island is made up of volcanoes. So there we can see volcanoes. So if you look on the picture, you see the beautiful beach. Of course, all these islands, I mean, it's surrounded by water. So you're going to find beaches on all of these islands. Okay, Tutuila is the largest island in that on that island. I mean, the largest volcano in that island. And the green sea turtle is known. You can find the green sea turtle there as well. Okay, so I didn't say this yesterday, but Pago is a beautiful harbor there. It's their capital city. as well, okay? So on page 40 and to 45, this is not what you're testing on. This was just showing how America has grown over the years in technology and transportation and just in all those ways, okay? So next week when we start, we will start our tour of America, visiting all the beautiful places. So we'll start in Massachusetts next week, okay? All right, so that's your social studies for this week. Yes, Dennis, you have a question? You're on mute though.
A sea turtle is 400 pounds.
A sea turtle is 400 pounds? Wow, that's huge. That's heavy too. Wow, good to know.
You guys don't know if we're going outside.
Okay. All right, so that is it for us. We've completed all of our lessons on today, so we're finishing a little early. We usually finish early on Wednesdays. So remember, tomorrow's our phonics test. Friday is our spelling test. We also have show and tell on this Friday. And next week we have a spirit week. So I did post it in Google Classroom for your parents. If you want to dress up with us next week, we'll be dressed up in class. So you can dress up with us while you join us on Zoom, okay? So that's next week. It's posted in Google Classroom. All right, so y'all have a great day. I will see you all on tomorrow for our phonics test. Bye-bye.
Bye. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
See that